Hi! Thank you so much for tuning in to your Written in the Stars Taroscope for December. I'm really glad you decided to join me. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before, and if you're returning, thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoy your reading for the month and that it guides and serves you very well. I'm going to be doing something a little different this month. I will be doing your December Taroscope as usual, but I'll be adding a second spread at the end called my Fiercely Focused spread, which is going to give you a really overarching theme for your month, as well as some really specific action steps for things you can do when it comes to the mental, physical, financial, emotional, and creative aspects of your life in December. So I hope that you'll enjoy that. Happy holidays. I'm really looking forward to them myself. I don't know if you can tell, I'm pretty excited about the holidays. And if you will stay tuned to the end, I do have a special holiday message for you from a bit of a guest star. So stay tuned and find out what's up with that. And if you like your reading, I hope that you will like it and subscribe and let me know what you felt in the comments, because I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much, and without further ado, on to your December Taroscope. Hey Virgo. Thank you for tuning in for your December forecast. I'm excited to see you. So whether this is your first time or you're returning, I'm happy, very happy to have you. Woo, jumper. I think we got to keep you. All right. I'm going to be doing something a little new this month as well, Virgo. I'm going to do this initial reading for December 2016 for you, Virgo. And then I'll be doing a second spread of cards, my Fiercely Focused spread, to give you a really specific theme for December and an idea of some really actionable steps for, like, wow, jumper. And it's funny because I was about to say the physical and monetary aspects of your life, so work, jobs, money, as well as the mental realm, the way you're thinking and speaking, as well as the emotional realm, what you're feeling, how you're relating, and then where your creativity and your spirituality are going as well in December. So we'll be doing that reading right after this one, so please stay tuned till the end and see what Spirit has to say for you in December 2016. Go. December, nice, 2016 for Virgo. Let's just shift. Sorry about the earthquake, Virgo. Just want to get everybody at your party to where you can actually meet them and see them. Ooh, especially that guy. The party animal. Okay, Virgo. December 2016. That is very interesting to me, this little setup of cards, but okay. Oh, okay, Virgo. So there's a theme here, Virgo. You know me, if you've been here before, I like to get to the nitty-gritty first and then bloom into all this beautiful stuff that you really have going on for you. But I want to let you know that Spirit is coming right out of the gate with some really blunt advice, which is get out of your box. Like, you are limiting yourself and holding yourself back in a way that is not useful to you and that is not accurate. Like, you think you have less than you do. You're in a little bit of like a scarcity mindset, which can lead to kind of a miserly attitude. And Spirit is not talking about like you're not generous, but it's kind of like you're ungenerous with yourself, and that by just its very nature extends to the other people in your life, whether you mean to or not. Don't limit yourself. Okay, so it's like Spirit is talking about a scarcity mindset, but they're also talking about, and I mean, it's in the same vein, a fearful mindset. Like, oh my God, I can't go forward. It's too scary. I don't even want to open my eyes and look at what's ahead, let alone take a step. A very grim looking card when you first glance at it, but as with all tarot cards that I've discovered, take a little longer, look a little deeper. Notice that the figure on the card who looks so trapped and under such dismal skies, her feet aren't tied up or tied down, her hands aren't bound. At any time she can stop fretting and let go of her hair and pull off that blindfold and look forward. And start walking. Like, you are not trapped. It looks bad, but part of that is because you have that damn blindfold on. Of course it's dark in here. The blindfold is on, Virgo. Like, why is it that some of you, and okay, these are general readings, Virgo, so, and I get very passionate. Like, I promise I'm not being accusatory. This is passion, this is love for you that is coming through. It's like Spirit really wants to, they're chiding you in the most loving way for tying yourself to old ways and old beliefs and old fears. Like, you need to move forward, Virgo. And of course, there's no such thing as need. Everything is in your free will. Tarot is not fatalistic, but it does speak to steps that you could take for your highest good. That's all Spirit wants for you. So you can obviously always choose to stay in the situation if that is what you want, but Spirit is basically saying, yeah, you're not really getting what you want from it. In fact, you feel quite isolated in a way, and quite ostracized, unheard, unseen. Like, some of you are feeling completely left out and bereft, and a little bit like, okay, so again, Virgo, these are general readings. I would love to get like super specific with you, and if this is resonating but you want to know more, you can definitely book a one-on-one reading with me. I've linked my shop below, and we can get a little more deep, well, a lot more deep and a lot more specific about this. But generally, for a lot of you Virgos, there's a sense of being turned out of the group, or just like feeling unheard, and kind of a losing battle. Like, everybody like took their ball and went home, and you're kind of left reeling like, wow, how did this even happen to me? And that's not a good feeling at any time, but it's particularly, that's difficult during the holidays. So the good news is that you have a lot of great stuff going on for you in December, and this is just what Spirit is saying, like, will set you free. It's about getting out of this rut that you've set for yourself and thinking that, well, this is all I can see and therefore this is all I can have. And Spirit is like, no, there is so much room for growth. There is so much potential here, for so much more and for change. So it's time for you to be your adaptable self. You're a mutable sign, Virgo, so you're very able to, when you want to, you're able to adapt to new circumstances. So even if you don't believe it, completely, be willing to entertain the idea that there is more and better for you out there. Because, I mean, here's this guy, and the devil in tarot is obviously like not a fun card to look at, and not what you want to see and give. And the phrase "the devil" has all kinds of connotations. But tarot is pre-Christian, and it has nothing to do with the idea of Satan. The devil is more is really related to Pan, the goat god, the horny one in mythology, who was always chasing nymphs and getting into all kinds of wild trouble. He's the animal in us, and that animal, we're talking lizard brain stuff. We're talking like fight or flight. We're talking like, I need to eat, sleep, drink, and reproduce, and like, when you are gripped by fear of losing someone, fear of losing something, you can fall to this lizard brain, and you can kind of fall to this devil, only in the sense that you trap yourself. Again, like, wow, the parallel here is pretty amazing. Like, again, it looks like these people are chained on first glance in this devil card, but if you look at their feet, they're free. The chains are just hanging there nearby, but the chains are so heavy and imposing, as is the visage of the devil above them, that the sheer fear of being caught keeps them there. Do you see the irony? Like it's there's nothing keeping you. There's nothing keeping you here in a toxic relationship or a dead-end job or an addiction except your choice. And that, again, is not a judgment. If anything, that is a positive, Virgo. That is, when you are ready, you can walk away. When you feel emotionally prepared, you can walk away. But don't take too much time getting emotionally prepared. Resign yourself to this, because there is so much better on the other side of it. There's celebration on either side of it. There's clarity, there's growth, there's opportunity and potential. So, and Spirit wants to acknowledge that this feeling, this sense of limitation definitely springs from grief. So some of you, again, are feeling ostracized. Others of you are just feeling like you're living in a world where you feel ostracized. Like the way you think at all or what you want feels so impossibly far away that you feel like this. You feel trapped. You build yourself a little box and think, okay, there's nothing beyond this. Like, this is the best job I'm ever going to have, or this is the only relationship or the only amount of money that I can make, or what have you. And don't do that to yourself. Gabriel is trying to wake you up. The archangel who comes and blows the horn and awakens the dead. You are being offered the opportunity and a wake-up call. That consider this your alarm, Virgo, to say, okay, wake up, come back to life. It's time to make a decision. It's time to go down the new path, open the door, make the judgment, make the call. Like, just call it done or begun or good, bad, ugly. Like, you need to make the decision and stop kind of keeping your blindfold on and not wanting to move one way or the other. It's time to declare yourself. And Spirit is using that phrase very specifically. So for some of you, that's going to resonate harder. That means something, the phrase declare yourself. So that makes me think actually of government stuff, like of taxes and of things like that. So that's interesting. But that is what Spirit is telling me to say. So I will just put that out there. Again, general readings, Virgo. So have patience. If not every message resonates with you, it's definitely for someone. Okay, Virgo. This wake-up call, like, the beautiful thing about this is, like, if you're willing to step out of your box, there is something very good in it for you. There is a sense of greater personal fulfillment and authority in your life, and there's a demand for structure, and it's like the opposite, the antithesis of this kind of very limiting structure. It is structure that brings you more power and more nimbleness. Like, this kind of structure is not going to limit you. This kind of structure is actually going to provide you the foundation you need to, like, rocket into freaking space. Like, the Emperor is the ultimate father figure, boss, like, leader. So be CEO of your life in in December, Virgo. Like, make the calls and the decisions, as Judgment says over here. Like, this is not working for me, screw that. Or, you know what, like, I've been in a lot of analysis paralysis lately. I don't know what to do yet, but you know what? I'm going to focus my energy on something else for a while, because clearly obsessing about this limiting situation or decision or whatever it is that's worrying me is not getting me any closer to a decision. So I might as well go glaze a pot. Like, and that's so funny, but that's what Spirit said. So maybe some of you do like ceramics and art with your hands. And it's like, yeah, go away and do your art, do your hobby, do your thing. Like, let your mind get away from that for a while. This is going to be kind of like, for some of you, one of those sleep on it. Like, it's going to be easing off the pressure of the decision or the like initiative that you need to take that allows you to actually go ahead and make the decision or take the initiative. So step back from it a little bit for some of you in December. Take a weekend, take a day, take whatever you can take of like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to put a big red stop sign in my mind every time my mind goes to this situation that fills me with fear and dread and like fright to move on, right? There's, as I said, there's something in it for you. Okay, so you all, Virgo, you have someone nearby who is very savvy and resourceful, and this person is kind. And wow, the Spirit just used the phrase, they want to put a roof over your head. So for some of you, it's like, hey, come and visit me, or hey, come and stay with me, or hey, like, I have a room that you can stay in for a while if you're looking for like a roommate or a new place to live kind of thing. Like, so wow, like they're saying some of you will choose to leave this bad situation, and you have a friend who has the resources, the King of Pentacles, he or she, because you can be a female king, gender is not a thing in the tarot when it comes to kings and queens. This friend of yours may not be rich, but they are financially savvy. Like they may very well be rich, because the King of Pentacles is a person who has plenty, and in their best, at their highest, they're willing to share it. And I really am feeling pretty good about this king. I'm feeling like this is a generous king. Sometimes it's like a King Midas type who is like greedy. But no, I'm feeling like this is a friend who has a good structure, and they're going to offer you good advice and solace, and maybe even like invest in you, in the sense of like whether it's providing a place to be, or actually lending you money, or investing literally in something that you're doing. So I feel like that is a friend. And if it's not a friend, it's like a patron, like someone who cares about you, but also sees the potential to keep making money for themselves, because they're very savvy. Okay, so I mean, this is the theme here, right? Like I said, that it's time for a change, and it's time for you to break out of this kind of rut. And this is the card of change. This is the card of bring balance to your material and financial life in December. And of course, for many of us, it's like, oh my God, I have to get these gifts. I have to, make this really nice dinner. And there's a lot of extra expenses involved. And that can be a little scarier, or at least call for a little bit of like, ooh, I need to shift some things around. I'm going to go ahead and pay the minimum on my credit card this month instead of, what I like to pay, or whatever this is. But it's time for you to make a shift. And Spirit is like, they're saying like it's going to be a bit of a dance. Like, be deft. Again, they're using like, be adaptable. You're a mutable sign. Like you can shift things around and change and adapt yourself to new situations. So Spirit is saying for some of you, it may be the moving in with this person, or taking their sublet, or like Spirit is getting kind of specific that for a lot of you, this is like a real estate kind of thing, like where you're going to be offered a place to stay. And that's going to free up some money, like maybe you're moving into a room or into an apartment after being in a house or a bigger place. And that money like is going to get freed up a little bit, and there's some motion. So Spirit is also just saying, try and free up your money. Don't tie up your money in too many things. Like, have some that is fluid and ready to move around. Ooh, sorry about the earthquake. Wow. Okay. I love these two together. Okay, let's go here. I love this, Virgo. Especially you being you. This has so much significance. Okay, so Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury, the messenger, which is the magician. And the magician is an incredible, his Spirit just used the phrase life giver, because he gives life to ideas. You see, he has all four elements of the tarot represented, like floating above his head: cups, swords, wands, and pentacles. So that says you have everything you need, even if you don't believe it, Virgo. And that is especially good to hear when you have this scarcity card down here, this fear of loss or fear of not having enough. You have everything that you need to grow your skills and yourself and your money into something huge. Like, you're going from a 2 to an 8 when you realize what you can create. And I did not mean to make like a tiny poem with that. But really, if you're willing to, Virgo, you're an earth sign. You're all about creating tangible results, but there is a certain idea in your head that you've been neglecting, that if you give birth to this creative idea, like bring all this magic you have in your head and in your soul, bring it into the real world, bring it to the workbench and build it, grow it, create it, and your money will grow. Your money and your skills is what Spirit is saying. So a lot of you are going to be honing a craft in December, and it would benefit you to do so. And Spirit just said some of you are making handmade gifts from this gift of yours, which is great. Like, that might be the catalyst. That might be what it is that's like, Okay, so for some of you, like I said, it's like you're moving in with somebody to lower your costs, and that's how income gets freed up. But for some of you, it's like, wow, I'm really good at making these bags or these, you know, paintings or these handmade this and that. You guys have many talents that I don't have. God, good Lord knows. So like whatever this is, you might be making gifts for people and then you're like, oh my God, I could sell these online or whatever this is. And that's how you free up some more income. And that's how you bring some financial flow into your life. But there is definitely the potential for that financial flow. And again, that is the antidote to this little, like we have it like all in a row here. And with the devil, okay, and so this is something Spirit hadn't said before, and as I come to the devil now, what they're saying is that for some of you, this is an influence around you, and meaning like an actual person who is extremely negative. And when I said that, they said you're going home to them. So for some of you, it's like you're going home to a parent or a family member, or even a spouse who is difficult, who is a little dark, who is a little like held back in life, who feels like wow, like for some of you, it's they nothing ever goes right for them. They're chained, like they were never given a fair shake, etc. Which may even be true, Virgo. So I'm not trying to insult them by speaking in the Eeyore voice, but there's a little bit of like, okay, but now you're staying there. Like we've all had, okay, not all of us and not all to the same degree, but many of us experience great tragedy. And it's the choices we make after the tragedy that make us. And some people remain chained to their story, and some people are set free and catalyzed by their story. And this is a person who is chained to their story. This is why they can't this. This is why they won't that. This is why they will never be able to have X, Y, Z. So don't let yourself get mixed up in that. Like even as I say that, Spirit is just giving me this physical sensation of being dragged down. Like it is not nice. Like Spirit, you can go ahead and remove that when you're ready because I'm good. I get it. Like don't get dragged down by this. Don't get pulled into it. Don't get like weighted down by this 10 times gravity. You're going to wear the freaking like Dragon Ball Z like gravity boots. Like no, don't. The good thing is that there are people that you will be excited to be around in December as well. You do have good friends that can support you and give you the emotional sustenance and the joy, like the celebration that you want. And these two next to each other, the devil and the sun, this is so powerful, Virgo. This is like you have the opportunity to get completely out of that. You have the opportunity to do the opposite, to flick the freaking lights on and be like, screw that. Look at that. I'm not even chained. Like, hooray, like parade for me, I'm awesome, like the sun is coming up, it's a new day, like I'm leaving all that behind. I want to be done feeling like I don't have enough. I want to be done being afraid. I'm ready to celebrate myself in my natural state. Like Virgo, there is nothing that you must aspire to be enough. You are enough. Like you need to write that in lipstick on your mirror or put it on a Post-it and put it at eye level, just like at 3 or 4 different places in your house. Like you are enough. You are enough. If someone else was chosen and you weren't chosen, it has nothing to do with you. You are enough. There was something about that matchup or that choice that worked for them, whatever. You are enough. You are shining, you are a natural, you are meant to be here, you have a beautiful soul with a purpose on this earth, and you are perfect as you are. There is nothing that you can do that will make you unloved, imperfect. Spirit loves you unconditionally and forgives you for any perceived mistakes and flaws, and you must treat yourself with the same regard. That doesn't mean that gives you free rein to be a shitty person and say, hey, but I'm perfect as I am. It's a matter of any mistake that I made, I love and forgive myself, and I'm going to learn from that and get better. I'm not going to get worse. I'm not going to be like some people that I know that tie themselves to their mistakes and their tragedies and their stories in a way that doesn't allow them to grow and move on. like, wow, December is so important for you, Virgo. Be really vigilant is what Spirit is saying. Be really vigilant in December, especially of these feelings within yourself and how they may echo a family member or someone close to you, and you're like, oh my God, no. Like, that is not a pattern that I want to repeat. I know that I have everything that I need to grow the life that I want, to be the boss of my own life and direct it and create it the way that I want to. You have everything that you need. And now let's quickly clear this off and get into your fiercely focused spread to get even more of kind of like a laser, like pinpoint of the theme of December for you. And those steps that you can take, as I said, when it comes to like physical, emotional, monetary, like creative, spiritual pursuits. Okay, so what is your central focus? What are you most meant to understand, be, do, or invoke in December? The Emperor is back, Virgo. That's not a mistake. That's not an accident. That is meant to be. Like, Spirit pulls out, this is a different deck. Spirit pulls different, like, will pull the same card for me in multiple decks when it's like, hey, I'm kind of painting this with a cosmic highlighter, so please pay attention. So, as I said before, be CEO of your life. Like, be your own boss, be your own, who's your daddy, Virgo? You are your own daddy. Male or female, be your own daddy. Like, allow that discipline and that resourcefulness to come into your personality and really invoke it. And emotionally, how are you meant to relate, and what will you be feeling in December? The Queen of Cups. You are going to be quite savvy in December. You have the opportunity to really get in touch with your intuition, to heal from some things, and to do some healing for others as well. Because when you understand yourself better and when you heal yourself, that is when you become a healer for others. That's when that healing energy really transmits from you to others. And they're saying that some of you are artists, and this is you diving deeply into your art, and it could be a form of therapy for you, a way of getting out of that rut or getting away from that devil. Physically, monetarily, financially, what will you be doing in December? Being humble, hardworking, committing to a goal, and putting one foot in front of the other until you get there. Not ever allowing yourself to become overwhelmed, not ever allowing yourself to become discouraged to the point that you stop. These things happen, obstacles come, but when you're armed with the knowledge that obstacles will come, and that does not mean that I am not meant to get where I'm going. That is just an obstacle to overcome. That failure is not on a different path from success. It's just one of the many milestones along the way. And your humble service and devotion is what will serve you in December, which is pretty perfect considering that you're Virgo, the sign of service. And wow, I got a jumper down here as I was shuffling your mental cards. What are you meant to think and speak about in December? Breakthroughs, honesty. It's time to speak your piece, Virgo. It's time to be honest first with yourself. That is what breaks the chains at first and brings you victory, brings you this crowning glory, this laurel, which is purity of purpose and understanding. So get really clear with yourself and then start getting clear with others, Virgo. Tell them what you think, and tell them what you need, and tell them what you are going to go for. Wow. And as I say that, I pull your creativity and spirituality card. What are you going to go for? You're going for all of it. You have, I feel like you're going to be inspired in December. And I really love seeing this at the end. Considering all of that, like feeling limited and feeling like you don't know like what else could possibly happen than this, like being stuck in your patterns, and it's like you're going to get all kinds of pattern breaking experiences in December. One of which may be seeing this reading. This may be just one of the catalysts that you need to start, like, to notice all of these amazing things in your life. And really, Spirit is saying for some of you, this is things coming into your life. And for some of you, you're so inspired that it's like you pick up these projects and these things that used to mean so much to you that you had kind of like almost forgotten about or like put a veneer over because things were not going well. And now it's like, oh, I am all fired up. Like, I am sending applications, I am filling out my portfolio, I am putting out all kinds of messages saying, hey, I do this for a living, or hey, like, I'm freelancing and I do this. Like, you're going to be putting out, like, or sending manuscripts, like, you are sending pitches. Like, wow, Virgo, like, I actually am so excited for you. You're going to be on fire. So know what your purpose is, and like, don't burn your candle at both ends so that your fire goes out. Like, but the combination of this passion and this precision, and then this emotional maturity and this willingness to speak the truth, like, you are really embodying your authority and your abilities. Like, be proud of yourself and invest in yourself and your projects and your initiatives in December, Virgo, because they are going amazing places. I really appreciate you hearing this. I hope that if you enjoyed it, you will like it and subscribe. And please tell me if anything resonated with you. I would love to hear from you. Oh gosh, and also definitely tune in mid-December when I'll be posting a 2017 annual forecast. I hope that you'll enjoy it. And I'm wishing you a wonderful month and very happy holidays, Virgo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in to your Taroscope. I really appreciate it, and I hope that it serves you and guides you very well through the rest of the month. And I just wanted to give you a little holiday hello from somebody special. This is Derpy, and she makes a lot of funky appearances on social media and stuff, so say hi, Derpy, and say happy holidays. I don't think she's going to say it. She only says it when the camera's off, kind of like Michigan J. Frog. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful December, and I hope to see you next month. Bye-bye.